G'day, welcome. We're going to have a quick look at how to use the program import template. When you download it, it comes pre-populated with the following setup. This is just a prediction of what has happened in the past, but obviously if you need to, you could go through here and delete as much as you like and start afresh. We have a drop down in here of all the possible events that you may or may not want to use. So feel free to start using this. So if we had Disqus, I can start writing Disqus and select whichever version of Disqus that we use at our school or our center. I could drag that down. We've got a bunch of Disqus. The information column is more just information. It's not important. You can leave that empty. So it could be pit A, as in sandpit A, or we just leave it empty. We don't really need anything in there, but if you do want something relevant for that particular thing, then put it in there. Age groups, this should match the member import. So whatever age or year or under, whatever that number is that you're using for your athletes on the import of the members, we need to make sure these age groups align with that. So if we're using year 7 to year 12, then I need to make sure that in my ages, I'm using somewhere between 7 and somewhere between 12, and that's the numbers that we're putting in here. Otherwise, we're going to set a program up for a group of kids that don't align with these events. Gender, pretty straightforward, male or female. Time, again, the system doesn't need to know exactly what time. They could all be at 9 a.m. the whole way down. That's not important to the system. It may be important to you or staff or whoever else. So if you like to put in a time, you can. Otherwise, just make it the same generic time. Either way, if the events are not ran on time based on this column, that's fine. Okay, so up to you. Populate it accurately or just roughly, or just leave it empty even if you like. Heats. Now the system has a bunch of division type heats, and when we say division, some organizations have an A and a B and a C division, and the reason they may have that is because there are different weights of points and different caliber of athletes potentially under each of these divisions. So if you do have multiple divisions within a single age group, then make sure you've got the age groups. So let's do this here. Let's do the 11s, and they're all going to be female, and we're going to say that there's heat A for division A, heat B for division B, and we could just have a blank one, or we could go division C. And now we're just saying the order in which these are going to run. So by filling out the event using the drop down, and again I can start typing, so high jump, and I can drag those down. We've got ages, I can fill in as long as they're a number. It's not allowed to be words. Gender, we already know how simple that one was. Time, we could copy this and just let it auto increment down, or we actually key in whatever it is that we need to key in. Heats, whether we need divisions. If you don't need a division, then just leave it as a plain heat. The division R down the bottom, that is used for, there's finals as well as, so final R is normally what we'd have for a relay, and then the heat R is also what we'd have for a relay. So if we had a relay event, so let's say relay, and it's going to be the 4x100. LC means long course, so this is more for swimming, versus there'll be some SCs for short course. So LC would be more like a 50-meter pool, SC would be more like a 25-meter pool. However, we may be doing track events, so we could just cruise past these and we can just put in 4x100. Whoop, not 40. Let me do that again, sorry. 4x100. And we can go past these, and here we go, 4x100. And then that would be our track. And because it's track and it's a relay, then I may want to make this all heats or finals, whichever way, but I want to make those R because they're now a relay. And normally relays depending on your organization, but normally a relay has a greater weighting than the individual heat A, B, C or final A, B, Cs. So that's just a quick example of what this template is trying to achieve. If you can fill out this form using the structure that's required or provided, that would be fantastic, and that will help us get you set up quicker. Thanks for your time. Reach out if you've got any questions. Thank you.